Welcome back to the Movement Network with Bart, and today I am happy to report that November 20th, November 20th is going down. The fight versus Sean Porter versus Terrence Bud Crawford has been signed. It's going to be an ESPN pay-per-view fight. A lot of people have been asking themselves, especially after Timothy Bradley made some comments, is this fight pay-per-view worthy? And the answer is yes, 100%. If you are a true boxing fan, this is the fight you want to see. We want to gauge and see where is Terrence Bud Crawford at the 147 division. But before that, let's talk a bit about Sean Porter. 31 victories, 17 KOs, 3 losses, and 1 draw. Now, his 3 losses came by the hands of, the first one was Kell Brooks, 2014. Keith one-time Thurman, 2016. And 2019 versus Earl Spence Jr. He also has a draw to a fighter by the name of Julio Diaz, a fighter that should have never been in the same ring with Sean Porter, but that's besides the case. Now let's get into Terrence Bud Crawford. Crawford, 37 victories, 28 KO, 0 losses, 0 draws, and he's been perfect so far. This will be his toughest, and I say it again, toughest test up to date. It's going down, gents. This is going to be an explosive, great fight. Now, here's the thing: a lot of people around there have been saying that Sean Porter is going to get blown out of the water. I don't think so. Bud has been up against great opposition, but I do think that Sean Porter is his best fighter yet. Sean Porter definitely has a chance at this fight, and I guarantee you, as many problems as Crawford is going to give Sean Porter will be given the same amount of problems to Terrence Bud Crawford. This is not it might not be 50-50. It might be 60-40 towards Bud side, but I still do think this is going to be an entertaining fight. Should be one of the best fight of the years, if you ask me, but you never know. I will say this much: it's going to be a great fight. This will put Bud Crawford on the map if he's able to knock out Sean Porter. Bud is going to be dealing with a dog, and we know that in Sean Porter. Everyone says this whole thing about Sean Porter is going to get stopped in this fight. I don't know about all that, but I can tell you 100% it's going to be an entertaining fight. I think Bud better be ready for what's coming, because Sean Porter, again, he is a dog and he is not going to stop. I don't think Bud has ever faced anyone as relentless as Sean Porter, with the mindset of just going in there and beating the living hell out of him. And if you don't believe me, you could just easily go and ask Dennis Ugas. You could go ask Danny Garcia, Andre Berto, Adrian the Problem Broner. You could go ask any one of those. Even Kell Brook, even though Sean Porter lost that fight, he still gave an amazing fight. He put up a great fight versus Kell Brook. Even the Earl Spence fight, for me personally, I do think Sean Porter is the toughest fight Earl Spence has had up to date. Keith Thurman, again, another great fight. It's a great fight. Could have gone either way. Now, is this fight going to end up in a knockout? Who knows? We don't know with Crawford. Crawford has skills for days. Crawford is one of those fighters that you can't predict him. If he decides to try to go and end it early, he might. But one thing is for sure, I don't want to hear no BS about Crawford. Who's better between Crawford and Earl Spence Jr. This is going to help us gauge who's in a higher level, being that Earl Spence went the whole 12 rounds with Sean Porter. If and only if Terrence is able to KO or stop Sean Porter, this will give us a good understanding of who's a better fighter. I think that Sean Porter's still a legit fighter, but the question is, where does Sean Porter goes if he loses this fight? Where does Sean Porter goes after losing to the top 147 fighters out there? The Errol Spence, the Keith Thurman, Kell Brook, and such a close fight with Yordenis Ugas, Danny Garcia. So, where does he go from there? Will he become a gatekeeper? One thing is for sure, it's going to be an entertaining fight. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know what you guys think about this video. Peace.